Life Hacks Beyond Convention with Dee and Sonia.
And here in Australia, we're probably not as good at community as we used to be.
Yeah, I suspect cities are challenged in that area.
Some neighbourhoods, the neighbours know each other, I'm sure. But
Yeah,
a lot of neighbourhoods where we don't ever talk to our next door neighbours.
yeah. And there's so many differences in the way families are now, like years and years and years ago. You still had grandpa there and dad there, and that there were issues with that, obviously, but the knowledge was carried down. We've got a young couple who are friends, and he is always coming to Tony for what I see as fatherly advice. It could be what glue to use on this pipe if you're joining it with that pipe. It's that, all that tradie stuff, which Tony does naturally. But Tony finished school at 15 and didn't do well at it because it was so focused on reading, writing, arithmetic. So, and of course, we got rid of the trade schools, didn't we? Years and years ago.
Well, yes and no, because I guess that's what a lot of TAFEs are now, is be plumbers and electricians.
Yeah.
And apprenticeships.
Yes, yeah. They've slowly come back in.
I think we'll see more and more of that. I reckon that's the next, trend that we're going to see.
I think you're right. And it needs to be, because we need them. We need builders and everything else. And they're making more money than a lot of other people too. So
one of the issues we have with housing, and they talk about housing affordability, but it's really all about the supply and demand, isn't it? And so one of the issues that we have with our housing affordability is that we don't actually have enough tradies here in Australia to build the number of houses that we need built. And I see a lot of people who, like a lot of news articles and people commenting on the fact that one of the things the government needs to do is give us more money for more houses, and the governments have promised us so many houses and so much money. The problem is it doesn't matter how much money there is there if there's not enough people to build it.
Yeah.
It's just not going to happen.
Exactly. Yeah. And the government is always running behind, if we're going to say that, if we're going to blame the government or put the ball in their court. They're always going to be behind because we don't know we've got a deficit until we've got the deficit. And then they sink money into it. But by the time the money gets to it and the education happens, several years later, we've managed to fill the gap. And so...
Yeah. Well, I just look and think that's one of the... And so therefore our housing situation here in Australia isn't going to change quickly.
No.
Because we just do not have enough builders. And when you look at the breakdown of the immigration that we've had over the last 2 to 3 years, which is a couple of million people that have come in, and I forget what it was. I was watching Pauline Hanson actually put a thing out there a little while back, and she did the breakdown of who had come in and what their skill levels were.
Yeah.
And the actual tradies, it was hardly anything. It was only a really, really small percentage of our immigrants who actually had the tradie skills.
So who are we bringing in?
So we haven't even imported, is that the right word for people? That sounds terrible. Yeah. So we haven't even imported all of the skills that we need.
So we've brought in 2 million, but the building trades haven't been supported enough to even build houses for the 2 million. So we're going backwards.
Yeah. Yeah. And we're not producing enough of the tradies ourselves, like without immigration.
Yeah.
So it's not, there's unlikely to be a short-term fix.
No. I know we've got a builder over the road here and he's just flat chat. You can't, you'd be booking him a year or two ahead. And I heard that even transportable homes, there's a 2-year wait.
I heard that recently too.
And it used to be 15 weeks.
Yeah, because we were talking about land prices in South Australia, like some of those rural places are much more affordable than in the big cities.
Mm.
And like the comment I made was, well, yeah, that would be a good option, like this piece of land we were looking at. And I
Yeah.
said, you just get a transportable and put on the block.
Yeah.
It's like, well, it depends how long you want to wait, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's
And
right.
that blew me away because
Yeah.
years ago, that used to be the fast way of getting a house.
Yep.
It was
15
just,
weeks was max.
yeah. Yeah, you just pull your order in, you've got your transportable house,
Yeah.
get transported, put on your block, and you're
Yep.
ready to rock and roll.